friends, welcome back to Pages and Grace. My name is Jess. Thank you so much for being here with me today. Today I want to talk about all the books that I am anticipating being released in the fourth quarter. So with this list, I've been compiling this list for a little bit, and I have put together some books that I am interested in reading. It doesn't mean it's a recommendation. I don't know what's actually in the books yet, so it's not a wholehearted recommendation, but it is something that I personally am looking forward to picking up sometime in the near future. Doesn't mean I have pre-ordered all of these. Some of them I have, and I will try to let you know which ones I have pre-ordered. The first one I want to talk about is actually a recent release. I was thinking about doing this video last month, but there was really only one book that I had on the calendar for September. That is a book that I'm actually currently reading, which is Meddling with Mistletoe and by Liz Johnson, and I am absolutely loving it so far. It's been a really fun read. I'm listening to it through Everand, and I've been really enjoying it so far. This is a book in the Red Door Inn Christmas series, or Red Door Inn series. She sent some really cute swag with it, this and a signed book plate, and then a tote bag, which I'll put a picture up here. I saw this one on Instagram. I have been looking for a couple Christmas books that I want to feature here on a video in the near future, in the next few months, and this one was one that I was like, I want to pick that up and try it. I wanted to try a few new authors this year to branch out from maybe my tried and true, always read their books authors that I will also include in my list in the future. So, enjoying it so far. It is, what's it about? It's about Whitney is preparing to enter culinary school in the spring, but first she has to sell enough homemade pies at a local Christmas markets to pay for her tuition. She ends up taking over the cooking for the inn during this Christmas season when they're not normally open, so they ask her to step in, and in return she gets to use their kitchen, and it's been really good so far. I'm about a quarter of the way through, and I will let you know more of my thoughts here soon. Alright, so that one's already out. If you're interested in that, you can go pick it up. I know it's on Everand. If you have that, it is included in the audio subscription, so you could check that out there if you don't want to purchase the physical book. Alright, in October 1st, we start off with Jamie Jo Wright, and it is Specters in the Glass House. I have this book pre-ordered. I am planning to pick it up as soon as it comes in. I have read 2 or 3 of Jamie Jo Wright's books at this point. She is fantastic. I enjoy the stories. I am not a creepy story person. I'm not a thriller person most of the time. Every now and then I do like a different book. So if you've watched many of my videos, you kind of see that I read all kinds of books. I get bored reading the same thing over and over. I don't like to read all nonfiction or all romance or all historical fiction. I need the stories to stand on their own and be individual. And one of the ways I do that is to change up the types of books that I'm reading. So in the past year or so, I've really branched out and attempted a couple thrillers or more suspense books, and I've really enjoyed it. And so I'm trying to add in a few more, and Jamie Jo Wright is an author that I've been scared by some of her books, or I don't even know if I would say scared, but it's a lot. She's intense sometimes, but it always ends up wrapping up where things are explained, and it is something that I'm comfortable with, and I'm really excited to pick this one up. So Jamie Jo Wright's books are always dual timeline, and it follows 1921 during Prohibition, which I think is also part of the timeline for one of the books I'm going to talk about here in a minute, that I'm excited about. And so it is set in 1921. We have Marianne Arnold, the heiress to a brewing baron's empire, seeks solace in the glass butterfly house on her family's Wisconsin estate, as Prohibition and the deaths of her parents cast a long shadow over her shrinking world. When Marianne's sanctuary is invaded by nightmarish visions, she grapples with the line between hallucinations of things to come and malevolent forces at play in the present. And then it looks like there's a mystery that unfolds, and then we have present day Remy Shaw becomes entangled in an elderly biographer's quest to uncover the truth behind Mary Ann's mysterious life. So that's intriguing. I have not found a Jamie Jo Wright book that I don't like yet, so I will let you know my thoughts here coming up in the next few weeks, so that one should be released. So the next one is on October 8th, comes out. It is Christmas in Chestnut Ridge by Nancy Nagel, and I just got the email yesterday that I got approved for a NetGalley copy of that, so I'm going to start reading that one after I finish the Meddling with Mistletoe, and I will let you know my thoughts about that as I finish. This one is Christmas in Chestnut Ridge. So this is a heartwarming story set at Christmas time. The enchanting mountain town of Chestnut Ridge, where tree farms blanket the hillsides and the promise of white Christmas is ever present. Sheila's best friend convinces her to decorate a tree in the annual Christmas Tree Stroll fundraiser. I love me a good Christmas story, and Nancy Nagel is one that I have read several of hers. Actually, probably my favorite like Christmas romance that I've read, like Hallmarky, all the cheese story that I will eat up every single year. I love those stories. But my favorite one is probably Christmas Joy. So this one I watched as a Hallmark movie, and it was when I started getting back into reading, thinking, you know what? I love that movie. I could try it. She was probably the second author that I tried from a Christmas Hallmark movie, and way better than the movie. I loved this one. Super sweet, funny, and Nancy always has some sort of tie to faith. It's not a Christian book. It's not like overly Christian fiction, but she always has that tie-in of characters praying or talking about God in their lives, and it's very brief usually, but it is always there that I've read so far. So I'm looking forward to picking up this one here soon, now that I have a digital copy of it. The next book is a bind up from 3 authors, one of which I've read, 2 I have not, so I'm going to test out their writing and see what I think of it. And that is Mistletoe Season by Sheila Roberts, Kathleen Fuller, and Pepper Basham. So I pre-ordered this one. This one should be coming in on the 8th, and I plan to pick it up and let you know my thoughts on that. It is a bind up of 3 Christmas short stories. The next book that comes out in October is not a Christmas book. This one is by Ruta Sepetys. It is the Bletchley Riddle. I don't know how to say that. So this is actually a middle grade by Ruta Sepetys, and it's with Steve Sheinkin, maybe? I don't know how to say that. And it is World War II historical fiction, but middle grade. I am very curious where this is going to be. Code breaking. 2 siblings at Bletchley Park, the home of World War II code breakers. And they try to unravel the mystery surrounding their mother's death. So we will see. I have loved everything I've picked up by Ruta Sepetys so far, and this is one that I will probably try to pick up from the library or see if it comes out on Everend or maybe even Audible. But I did not pre-order it, but I am very much looking forward to reading it at some point soon. And the next book is actually a children's book. It comes out on October 15th, and this one's by J.K. Rowling. And it is a storybook of Harry's first Christmas at Hogwarts. So I'm going to pick this one up for my kids. I don't know what to expect from a children's story from J.K. Rowling, but I am excited to check it out, and I will let you know my thoughts on it here soon. So the next one coming out on October 15th is, is the Noel Bridge by Jenny Hale. She is an author that I read most of her Christmas books every year when they come out. I at least pick it up. If I don't get to it that year, I usually pick it up the next year. The Noel Bridge is about Alicia, who is engaged. So this story is about Alicia. They say there's a covered bridge that heals the sick and mends the broken. Actual miracles have happened within this green clapboard protective shell. Alicia Silver faces her first Christmas without a fiance, and she goes to these snowy Smoky Mountains to visit the bridge hoping to reach her fiance somehow. I don't know about this one. But she's expecting to encounter Leo Whitaker, who, when she gets there, He too is looking for answers. His father is missing. He hasn't seen even a trace of him in 5 days within the snowstorm. Every day he can't find, the situation becomes more dire. I know they are usually they've become less Hallmarky and more women's fiction since she has started the Harpeth Road Publishing. I've enjoyed them. I've enjoyed seeing the change of really seeing her heart rather than just the traditional formulaic Hallmark Christmas movie story. So I'm intrigued. I want to pick it up and see what I think about it. That one I will pick up. Normally her books, you can't pre-order them until like a day or two before it releases. The physical copy of it. The Kindle version you can go ahead and pre-order. A lot of times they do end up on Kindle Unlimited if that's something that you have. The next book I want to pick up comes out on October 22nd, and that is Everyone This Christmas Has a Secret by Benjamin Stevenson. So this spring or summer, I picked up his book, Everyone in My Family Has Killed Someone, and I absolutely enjoyed it. It does have a little bit of language in it usually. I don't know about content in this book at all, so it's not a wholehearted recommendation, but I did really enjoy his other book. I am curious to see what his festive Christmas mystery is about. The synopsis talked about, like, he used to love the golden age of mystery until his life kind of unfolded into one. I'm curious to see where this book takes us. The next book that I'm interested in is The Time Door by Shannon McDermott, and that comes out on October 29th. And this book looks like it is a Christian sci-fi story about time in Mars. I don't know the whole story. It looks intriguing though. I have been loving exploring Enclave Publishing's works and the different authors that I have tasted a little bit of their writing, and I've really been enjoying it. So it's my next Enclave Publishing book that I want to pick up to let you know my thoughts on. In November, the most anticipated book this year for me would have to be Across the Ages by Gabriel Meyer. I just finished buddy reading this book, or the book before this, For a Lifetime, with Bethany from Bethany's Bookshelf, and it was phenomenal. I loved it. The story of grace and hope. And now this next story, it looks like it's going to follow Caroline, and it's going to be a cross between prohibition and we're working with pirates in the other one. So very intriguing. I can't wait to pick it up. I have not been let down by one of her books yet. The last book, I only have found one in November that I absolutely wanted to pick up. I'm sure there's more, and if I'm missing some, please leave them down in the comments and let me know so I can check those books out as well. But in December, I saw Cloaked in Beauty by Karen Whitmire. I have not read the first book in this series yet, but I saw the third one was coming out, and I was like, this is kind of the time to pick up those books and just binge read the series, so I'm ready for the third one. So Cloaked in Beauty comes out December 17th. I have not read the series. I've heard lots of recommendations for it, so I am curious, and at this point, I'm someone that likes to dive into series once more of the books are out. I've been burned a couple times by series that don't finish, and I'm in the middle of it. I have gotten into series that I've purchased all the books, and then I purchased the first book, and then I don't like the second and third one. So I don't know. I enjoy a good series that I can just binge through within a month or two. And so at this point with this series, I'm like, it's probably time to start it and at least get a little taste of it and see if I like it or not. So that one is on my radar to maybe read through the first through before December when that one comes out. Those are the books I'm looking forward to reading at the end of this year, the last 3 months. There are so many books from my backlist I want to get to as well. So some of these will be read immediately. Some of them will probably be set on the shelf to pick up at some point. But let me know in the comments what are some books that you are looking forward to reading in these last few months of the year, and what are some books that maybe I should put on my radar to look into as well. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you in the next one. Bye, guys.